and Roswell, I had to get up. Moves of a young Akhenaten, I packed my shit up. After realizing that half of them wasn't with us. After realizing they hold it down just to get up. They won't forgive us. They won't forget us. Attempt to fuck up the ends, they want to split us. And they been sleeping on the floor like it was company over. They got shit twisted.
Lord, we back. I guess really this video is gonna touch up on the last video I dropped. Is Yahweh the Most High / creation and its illusions. Yeah, I'm gonna call this one We Are One in a way, or to a certain extent. I'm not sure yet, but two people asked me through the DMs of what is Yahweh, what are you talking about, shit like that. They heard of it, but they didn't really know what it was. Yahweh is a group social complex that rules this planet. Well, the group social complex that rules this planet, or anything in this astral plane. And it's implemented in all religious texts. So basically, long story short, Yahweh is any of these religions' gods, their most highs, that is Yahweh. Keep in mind, I said Yahweh is a group social complex that rules this planet. That is its limitations. I think in my last video, I stated that there are gods way higher than Yahweh. Yahweh's power is limited to everything planetary, on Earth only. That's the thing. But yeah, so in my last video, I also spoke about logos, sub-logos, etc. So as sub-logos of Yahweh, we have control over our enslavement, mentally and physically. Whether we like to accept it or not, we do have control over our enslavement. I don't know if that is what Kanye meant a while back ago when he said that shit, but I'm starting to... Motherfuckers ain't crazy like you think. For example, the Garden of Eden, they realized that they were the creators. They were their creator. They were Yahweh. And then Yahweh didn't like that, so he kicked them out of the garden. So that's one example of people acknowledging their true power and, you know what I'm saying, what is it, practicing. Yeah. Another example is a movie in The Interview, how people were, I want to say it was a communism, but yeah, people were under that shit, and they was they didn't even know what the fuck they were in. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know they were in a beautiful prison. They didn't know they were in the Garden of Eden. So like, it's examples of people. One example of people acknowledging their greatness, and another example of people not acknowledging their greatness. People don't think that they're capable of what they're capable of because of this third-dimensional thinking. In the 3D, on a 3D perspective, we tend to separate ourselves from everything. So a lot of folks don't understand when a motherfucker might say, "What's up, God?" You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker might not understand when a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, try to call the next man or the next woman great because they don't understand their own greatness. I got a song called "Open Up." In the intro, I speak on that shit too. So once we look at ourselves from a higher perspective, or a higher realm, or a higher dimension, we will understand that we all are one. And that is what I mean when I say we are one in a way, because we are only one once we look at ourselves from a higher dimension, fourth and up. Once we do this also, we will be able to manifest a lot of things and see things much clearer, aka have a bird's eye view of things. But there's a catch to this shit, because while we are in this dimension, this 3D dimension, We are in charge of taking care of ourselves. We are here to work on ourselves, because when we do that, we ask ourselves certain things we never asked. We see things different. We grow / evolve, etc. There's a lot of things that are beneficial when you're alone. So a lot of people are scared of that. We need to grow out of that and learn to embrace that shit. Quarantine helps, but when the shit go back to normal, or if it don't go back to normal, motherfuckers need to find time to truly be accepting what comes when they're alone, because that is what is going to guide you to where you need to go. Yeah, we got like 4 responsibilities while we're in this realm, this 3D realm. 1, our responsibility is to remember who we are and why we are here. A lot of you heard that shit before. That is true. That is literally your #1 priority in this world. Now everyone says everyone has their own calling. Yes, that is true, and this is what they mean. Once you realize who you are and why you're here, you will understand what the fuck you need to be doing, and you will subconsciously just start doing shit that elevates you like a goddamn, you know what I'm saying? So, yes, learn to be alone, accept it, love it, etc. What else? I lost my lighter. Holmes. But yeah. Number 2, we are here to tap into our own creator within us. Example, Adam and Eve. Some of you don't think that they were supposed to leave the garden. I beg to differ. They acknowledged their own creator within them. They understood that they were missing this one thing. At first, they were made in his image. But why was he trying to keep them not, you know what I'm saying, not equal? Because he needed slaves. They understood that they were in charge and they had control of their own enslavement, so they did what they did. Simple. That is our second priority in this world, to understand that we are in control of our own enslavement. We are the pilot of our own lives. Like, there's so many fucking phrases out here that motherfuckers could say, because I don't want to sound cliche, but this shit is true. And that is number 2 of the 4 responsibilities of you and I. Number 3, we also have to remember the infinite creator, because number 2 said we have to remember and tap into our own creator within us, but we also have to give credit to the infinite creator, because there's something higher than us. Yes, something is higher than us. I'm sorry to bust a couple of people's bubbles, but yes, there's things higher than us. In the Egyptian culture, they would call it the Ra, right? The mother star. You know what I'm saying? All other religions, they praise Yahweh as the Most High, when if people just look into it deeper, they would know Yahweh is probably right here compared to what, you know what I'm saying, the original people was practicing and had communications with. And number 4 is our 4th responsibility is to offer service to the infinite creator and to others. But there's a catch to that shit too, because we can't do number 4 without doing number 3. Number 3 was to acknowledge the infinite creator, right? And to remember the infinite creator. You have to acknowledge the infinite creator before you can give service to it and to others. Alright, and like the movie Notorious, if y'all seen that, they said can't change the world unless we change ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You can't. How the fuck can you help the next man if you fucked up? You know what I'm saying? How can you help someone else release their toxic and shit, you know what I'm saying, if you toxic? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't help a drinker stop drinking if you drinking in front of the nigga, or if he know you still drinking. You know what I'm saying? So it's different shit. Like, we can't change the world unless we change ourselves. That's one. There's one quote that I will always remember. A lot of motherfuckers remember that shit too, 'cause that shit hit a lot of motherfuckers in the soul, 'cause, you know what I'm saying, shit be happening like that. What else? Yeah, there's another quote I found. I want to be able to find it quick. Aha. So, I'll be writing certain quotes down and that inspire me. I plan on hanging them up on the wall or making a scrapbook or some shit, but y'all should do that shit too. It says, when you work upon yourself and learn to know the creator. Well, let me start over. When you work on yourself and learn to know the creator within you, being of service to others will be natural for you, and your glorious harvest shall await. I love that quote. When it says, your glorious harvest shall await, I will get into harvest my next video. The next video will be, I think, cycles, reincarnation, and harvest, I believe. When people say, like, the world ends and, I'm saying, end of life as we know it, shit like that, I'm going to dive into that more. I spoke about that in my, not my last video, but I think my second to last video. They Want Us Dead Part 2. Yeah, so you should go watch They Want Us Dead Part 2 and tune into my next video about harvest, cycles, and reincarnation. This video and those two videos will tie together on a high level, and a lot of shit will make sense. I will put them all in one, but I'm not trying to take up too much time. I'm trying to have quick videos, you know what I'm saying, let people grasp it. I know the attention span is going down. People have more questions. I will answer them when I can, how I can, and if it gets to a lot of questions, those are my fuels to make more videos. So don't be scared to ask more questions, because that helps me. That helps me know what I need to explain and what I need to dive into more. So for y'all who's watching this shit and asking questions and even challenging me, you know what I'm saying, this is what I need. This is what we need to grow. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to show what I learned. I'm here to teach what I've learned, and to help the next man or woman get to where they need to be as far as ascension, because ascension is important, and I'm learning that reincarnation is probably not what we need to. We shouldn't be striving for that. We should be trying to leave this third dimension and experience higher realms, because we are capable of reaching higher realms without caps on our spirituality. And I think in my last video, Is Yahweh the Most High, Creation and Its Illusions, I explained about the three main illusions that put caps on your spirituality, and the three main religions that put a cap on your spirituality, because the ancient Egyptian culture did not have words like people were saying they did. A lot of images, you know what I'm saying, hieroglyphs and shit like that. Yes, that was the way, that was the language, that was the communication, because it allowed them to form thought, and thought is the closest thing to the infinite creator. Once you put words and labels and things like that, it starts to put caps on the possibilities. Where's my lighter though? I got it. But yeah, continuing. So basically, I'm gonna go back over the rules real quick. One, responsibility. The first responsibility is to remember who we are and why we're here. Number two, tap into our own creator within us. Number three, acknowledge and remember the infinite creator. Number four, give service to the infinite creator and to others. Can't do number four without number three. Those are the four. So basically, to sum those up, we are not responsible for the next person. In this 3D realm, we are here to work on ourselves. Yes, being selfish is okay to an extent. We should always show love. Like I said, I need to show more of it. You know what I'm saying? But yes, love is important as well. But know that love is an illusion, to the Creator. So love is not the Most High either. So acknowledge that, accept it for what it is, use it how it shall be used, and know that you are here to work on yourself and to evolve as much as you can, to bloom as much as you can, so that you can be ready for ascension, your harvest. Like I said, I'm going to read that quote again because I love it. When you work upon yourself and learn to know that the Creator is within you, being of service to others will be natural for you, and your glorious harvest shall await. Like I said, I'm going to call this video, We Are One in a Way. So this is how we are one. Like I just spoke about the selfishness. We are one in a way because a certain evolutionary level is required to be a functioning part of a positive galactic society. Like in my last video I spoke about, not my last video, but in the They Want Us Dead Part 2, I spoke about transitioning to higher levels of civilizations, and in order to do that, certain things have to happen. And if you don't know by now, go watch They Want Us Dead Part 2 on my channel. But yes, those certain things have to happen in order for the New World Order to, you know what I'm saying, fulfill itself, in order for the transitioning to a high level civilization to fulfill itself. Yes, crazy things have to happen. What did it say? 5, 6, 7, 8 of the population have to go for that shit to happen. Okay, if you want to know how, watch the video. This means that 1/8 and 1/6 of the world is vibrating on a higher, on a different wave, to the point where they are expected to be the remains of the harvest. I will go into harvest my next video, I promise. I'm just trying to give a short rundown on what the hell I gathered to the point where I feel like it needs to be touched on at this moment. I feel like the information I said in this video goes together, and then it's the same for the next videos. My bad, y'all. So if you don't want a cap on your spirituality, if you don't want to be reincarnated and experience this realm again, I suggest people, you don't even gotta practice it all the way, because I just found some new shit too, not some new shit, but some new shit that I wouldn't be opposed to telling my people to practice, because I found out that it came from our people. But Egyptian culture, definitely look into it, please, people. And the Falun Dafa. Shout out Melina. Then she was the very first person to tell me about that shit. And then probably like a year after, just left and right, like throughout the research, I'm like, damn, why the fuck does this shit keep coming up? So I know I'm starting to learn the value of that shit, and yes, you guys definitely need to practice that shit. I'm gonna do a video on that shit too, either before or after the harvest video, because they might go together. But yes, Egyptian culture, Falun Dafa, or the there's another name to it, but I don't want to mess it up, so I'm not gonna play myself. But yeah, there's so many things we need to look into besides what they're giving us, as far as food, jobs, careers, religions, everything. We need to really look deeper into what the fuck they're doing and what they're planning and why they're giving us what they're giving us when they're giving it to us. Yes, it's your boy Ro. I'm gonna call this video We Are One in a Way. Fuck with me.